Hello everyone and welcome back to A Mile in My Stilettos. I am loving this look. Like, listen, who do I even think I am right now? This braided ponytail situation got your girl feeling a type of way. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's jump into this tutorial. Oh, sorry, y'all. I scared myself. I just went from looking fabulous to real struggle-ish. But that's all right, because we already know your girl is about to get it together. Okay, so to get this style started, the first thing that I do is I separate the different sections that I'm going to need my hair to be in for the connecting little box thingies to go one way and the other way. And I section off the back. I did my best to get these parts straight, but you know. So anyways, back to the front. Once I've gotten these areas sectioned, I go through and I make the parts for each box row. It's gonna make sense as you see me doing it, but yeah, I make the sections for each box row, and in between each part I add edge control. And that's going to help make sure that my boxes, my parts look real sleek the whole time that I'm doing this style. Y'all know I be binge watching stuff. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm watching the Justin Bieber special on YouTube. Yes, I'm a believer. Sorry, you guys. Anyways, I'm going to keep sectioning all the way across the front of my head. This is going to be basically like the longest part of you doing this style. It's very tedious because you want the parts to be straight, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Sometimes I use these duckbill clips just to keep my hair out of the way when it gets to thicker areas, but yeah, so that's what's happening. I kind of pre-lay these edges when I go ahead and start putting in these rubber bands, and that's just using some edge control, but I'll show you what I go back in with later to get a more sleek and defined edge situation. But yeah, so just go ahead, get it all slicked down, nice and right, nice and tight. And then I'm going to add in these rubber bands, and I'm going to let you see what I'm doing. It's going to be pretty redundant. There's only one more thing that I'll definitely note, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. But that's just to make sure that when you're doing your parts as you go to the next rows, you want to make sure that once you get to where a part already exists, you try to make that part as even as possible with the other part. You're not going to be using like a brick layering method like when you're doing box braids and you want it to look more full and lay flatter and that kind of thing. You're going to be using a more of a like just alignment, I guess you could call it, method, which you're going to see in just literally in just a second. If I don't know if I'm not explaining that very well, but yeah, so here it goes. I'm about to part it, but you'll see I'm trying to make sure this part is as even as possible with this other part. And again, that's just to make sure it stays very clean and very neat looking. It's going to give you a neater look if you align the parts basic versus if you were to stack them, like I said, using the brick method. But again, I'm going to just continue to do this, and if you're doing it with me, yay, let's have fun. And if you're watching because you're going to plan for this later, yay, let's have fun. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. It's easy, it's free, it supports your girl. Let me get these hair tutorials, lifestyle tutorials, all the stuff out here for you guys. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, let's just continue with this tutorial. Okay, so one of the things that I also do for when I'm doing this style, because my hair is short 4C hair, I comb it out a little bit and then I use a duckbill clip to just kind of keep it stretched out and pulled towards the back. Now, once I'm done, I gotta get this bush up into a ponytail, y'all. So I am going to be using some layering of some edge control with some got to be freeze blasted spray. I'm gonna be using it all, and you'll see right now initially I have it all going towards the back, but I ended up connecting those ponytails across the top, which you'll see again in the end photo of this look. But I ended up connecting those ponytails across the top just because my hair wasn't stretching down as long as I kind of needed it to. It's still a TWA, and I'm okay with that. So I actually ended up lifting this ponytail up a little bit more and, like I said, attaching those ponytails across, so I only had 2 left, one from each side to attach to that ponytail in the back. Again, you'll see that if it's not making sense, but yep, a lot of layering, brushing, edge control, got to be, freeze blasted spray, all that, just to make sure it's not going to be falling down, slipping down, that whole thing. Alrighty, what you see me doing here is applying actually edge control to the tops of these little ponytail things, and that is because I want to just make sure they're going to stay in place. I don't want flyaway hairs and stuff like that. So I go through and I put some edge control on the top of each of these, and then I put some more edge control on the back too, because it's never really too much edge control with a style like this with a 4C type hair like mine. So that's what you see me doing right here. I'm using Got To Be, I am using this Edge Boss edge control, and I am using some Blue Magic. Sometimes you see me putting stuff on my hair, and that's just Blue Magic to keep my hair nice and conditioned while it's in this style. Listen, I still use Blue Magic. What I'm doing here is I'm going in with my Got To Be gel, and I'm putting that on my edges because now I'm about to really lay my edges. I guess you could say, I told you before I was pre-laying my edges. Now I'm about to really lay my edges. I have this edge brush thing that I use to do that, and I am not an edge master, you guys. All I try to do is just try to swoop it, swirl it, lay it, whatever seems to feel right at the time. That is what I do. I don't like my edges to be too baby hairish looking because I'm a grown woman. I don't have baby hair. I have grown woman hair. And I take the edges I got and I just try to swoop them around. Not too swoopy again because I don't want to look like a child. But that's just my preference. Swoop how you do. Get it how you live it. This is how I do mine, and I was happy with how they turned out. After that, I'm going to take this scarf and I'm going to tie it around my hair just to get everything, secured and everything like that. So I leave this scarf on my head for about 10 or 15 minutes and that's just, again, to make sure everything gets really secure before I go in and attach the ponytail. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be using a larger rubber band, and I'm going to be using this ombre purple hair. I actually ended up using some purple and blue ombre hair, but anyway, I'm going to attach this hair. I put the front half of the hair in the front, like you saw, and the back half at the back, and then I use this rubber band to connect it, being careful when I pull it through because you don't want it to get tingly and all that kind of stuff, but just keep attaching the one side of the braiding hair to your ponytail. And yeah, if your puff is about this size, you won't really have to worry about your hair showing through, you might want to twist it a little bit into just a 2-strand twist if it's longer than this. But yeah, you'll see how it's going to cover up, and you're really not going to have to worry about your hair showing. I ended up adding in a second size bundle that was the same size as the other one of hair, just because I was like, you know what, this braid is not going to be thick as I wanted. Let me add in a little bit more. So that's what you see me doing here, adding in the second one to the first one that was already there. So I would say use a whole pack of braiding hair. At first I only had half from the 2-pack thing. And the other thing I would say about the type of hair that you use is make sure it's that pre-stretched hair, because it's going to allow you to do your braid without having to do any like feed-in type situation. It's naturally going to taper off, so that's going to make it easier for you to do and style. And so you see me reach around the back and I start going down with the braid. You need to braid down for your braid to end up sleek and neat. So that's something important to keep in mind. It's not the easiest way to braid, but you'll get the hang of it. Just keep braiding. You'll see that I pulled a piece of hair out to the side. I'm going to use that to wrap it around the braid. This is just one method that you can do. You'll see in my finished product, I ended up not wrapping hair around the braid when I went back and redid it, and that's just because I didn't feel like doing that. But this is something that you can definitely do, and it'll help make sure your style is cute and neat. If you like that wrapped around look, then just make sure you pull a piece of hair to the side so that you can add that look to your finished look. You know what I mean? Next, I got some Got2b to put on that piece of hair that I pulled to the side, and I'm just gonna put it on there. I'm gonna make sure that it's getting nice and sleek, and it's also gonna make it a little bit sticky, so that's also good for when I'm wrapping it around. I'm just combing it through to make sure it's smooth. Then you're gonna just take it. You don't need to bobby pin this or anything. You just wrap it tightly around the braid, not too tight, or it's gonna pull your ponytail and then your head gonna be hurting, but wrap it pretty snug around the ponytail so that then it can get secure. That's the word I'm looking for. So it can be secure. Okay? And this is basically gonna be the last step for your style. You tie it up again just to make sure it stays nice and sleek. And yep, that's gonna be it. And she is back. She is me, y'all. I got it together, got my makeup on, I'm looking cute, I'm feeling good. I'm really happy with how this style turned out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, push the thumbs up button. If you like the tutorials and things that I have, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them. Hit that bell notification button. And thank you guys so much for watching A Mile in My Stilettos. Until next time, you guys. Peace.